So welcome to another power skating tutorial. In today's episode I want to talk a little bit about some theory, because one thing that people often forget is how to put them into practice and how to put them into place to achieve your goals and reach your goals. But one of the most underestimated parts of the sport, which people neglect, is having a clear training program and a training plan to follow. The reason why I think it's very important to have a training program is because it gives you structure to your training week, and it also lets you chase your goals. So for example, you can check where you started and then progress week by week, and then look back in 3-4 months time and see how far you've come. It's also a good way of structuring things when you're training for a race, such as a specific marathon or something. You work backwards from the date and implement your training. Obviously everybody is different depending on how many hours per week they can train, from a guy like Bart Swings to a person skating Berlin in 2 hours. That kind of thing is very individual and you have to find what works for yourself. But say for example I'm looking at a skater who can do 7 training sessions per week. If I was making their training program, I would do 3 sessions on skates. Make a plan around that structure. So do 1 session just easy skating, where you're focusing on technique and training the basic fitness, 1 interval session, and then 1 sprint session. So to accompany these 3 sessions on skates, I would also add in some cross training. Really the number one form of cross training for any skater, and every successful skater has at least done it at some point in their career, is cycling. So I would plan at least 2 sessions on the bicycle every week, just as a way to help you with your fitness, but also it just relieves the pressure on your muscles. The other really important session that I include in the week is actually off skate a couple of times a week, just to really train all of the key things in the sport. Really a good solid off skate session is really important. Obviously inside the week it's important that you space out the hard sessions, so don't do a hard session Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and then easy for the rest of the week. It's really important that it's spaced out, so say you plan your hard trainings on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and have easier days in the middle, so it's all spread out. It's also important that you adapt your training program to your fitness level. So say for example, don't do the same thing every week for a month. Over time you'll actually notice that your training progresses, so build into it. The last important part is don't start out too hard too fast. When you're just starting your training at the start of the new season or something like that, don't go guns blazing into it and be dead in a week. It's better to start slow and gradually build up towards your goal. I've hoped you've enjoyed these power skating tutorials over the last weeks. Just want to give you a little bit of insight into different aspects of our sport that can hopefully help your skating performance. We're actually going to take a break for a couple of weeks now for the summer holidays, but we'll be back with some more tips in time for the Berlin Marathon.